A quick message about the walkthrough inspection that happens usually the day of or the day before the closing of a home. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, just a few things you want to keep note of. In the contract that you sign, it probably says how the property should be broom swept. So that just means clear of debris. It doesn't have to be spick and span, but it shouldn't be filthy either. It should be relatively clean. I know broom swept is a relative term, but in 35 years plus of selling real estate, I've rarely encountered a problem with that. It's when the seller decides to leave things behind and not tell anybody. That's usually when the problem occurs. But anyway, as far as the walkthrough inspection itself, the purpose is the buyer is supposed to walk through and just make sure that everything is as it was when they purchased, when they made an offer on the property and everything was worked out. At this point, it's usually probably 2 months, give or take a few weeks after that the initial offer on the property was made, the initial viewing of the property. So now they just want to walk through and make sure the appliances work, make sure lights work. In a real extreme case, I've seen a buyer act like it's a home inspection again and make sure windows go up and down. That seemed a little extreme, but they're entitled to do as they want, make sure everything is as it is. Does the carpets have to be super clean? No, not super clean, but they should be reasonably clean. I mean, if you could run a vacuum over the carpets and the floors, that's usually sufficient enough. You want to make sure the heat works, the air conditioning works, appliances work, things like that. That's really all you're looking for in that case. So as a seller, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, when I take everything off the walls, as long as there's no holes in the walls, most people expect screws and to have to spackle and they're going to paint anyway. So as long as there's no big holes in the walls or holes where you move furniture, you should be fine with that. Any other questions, reach out to me anytime or check out my YouTube channel, Brian.marino, The Real Realtor.